There's no way. There's no way he's going to fire him.
There's no conversation about that whatsoever in the White House, Chuck.
Listening to Republican members talk about a coup and talk about criminal activity in the FBI, that will encourage the president to think that he can fire Mueller with impunity.
No, I'm not.
Firing Mr. Mueller or any other of the top brass involved in this investigation would not only call into question this administration's commitment to the truth, but also to our most basic concept, rule of law.
For the 1,000th time, we have no intentions of firing Bob Mueller.
Okay, guys, don't be deceived for a nanosecond by the Democrats' dramatic warnings that the president better not fire Special Prosecutor Mueller, better not do it, don't do it, don't do it. They're actually hoping he'll do just that. Now that the credibility of the Russia probe is tarnished, after all the bombshell reporting we've been doing on this show across a couple of great news outlets, the anti-Trump bias of the investigators is off the charts. Firing Mueller may be the Democrats' only hope at this point. There's only one problem for them. The president isn't falling for it. He outsmarts them every time. Joining us now to analyze, Ken Starr was the independent counsel in the Whitewater investigation. He's joining us from New York, and in sunny Florida, Alan Dershowitz, Harvard Law professor emeritus, author of the book Trumped Up. Alan, you go from Martha's Vineyard to Miami Beach to, I mean, anything else. I mean, my goodness, it's great to see both of you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Let's start with you, Judge Starr. You just wrote a piece about the things that you're concerned about in this investigation. You still respect Mueller and Rosenstein, but you have some issues. But I want to start on this dramatic, dire series of warnings we're hearing from the Democrats about firing Mueller. The president said he's not going to fire Mueller. They've said it multiple times, but the drumbeat continues. What do you think it's about?
I don't know what it's about, but it's just it's a cul-de-sac. Because the president, I don't think, is going to fire Bob Mueller. He's being advised to. Some folks, very wrong-headedly, are saying, you need to fire Bob Mueller. Bad advice. It's the wrong thing to do. But I don't think the president is going to fall for it. In fact, we hear from the White House, and we hear from the White House's lawyers, from the president's lawyers, not going to do it. It would just be terrible. We don't need another Saturday night massacre. Should Bob Mueller have been appointed in the first instance? It's a fair question. Back in May, I was saying, let's do not have a special counsel. I think and I agree with Alan on this, we overly criminalize so much of life in our politics together. We need to stop that. And so I'm also very concerned about the calls for the appointment of yet another special counsel.
Wow, it's ridiculous.
I think it's all wrong.
Yeah, let's go to Alan Dershowitz. Alan, on this issue of the Mueller firing, I mean, you get the sense that the Democrats are just kind of running out of steam. I think there's nothing happening, at least not yet, on the Mueller investigation that we know of, at least. So it's almost like they have to keep the fumes going, and this is all they have. I mean, all day on the other networks, that's all they're talking about.
Right. Look, my liberal colleagues on the left have been proved empirically wrong in everything they've said. They said the Supreme Court would strike down the travel ban. It looks like they're going to uphold it. They said the emoluments clause has been violated. Today, a federal judge said that's a nonsensical argument. They were wrong about Flynn. They're wrong about firing Mueller. They've just been wrong. It's not because I'm smarter than they are that I've been right and they've been wrong. It's they put hope over reality. I'm just an analyst. I'm just calling it as I see it. And it's easy to be right if you're objective and call it the way it is. I think what's happening is both sides are playing the refs. But I think the Trump side is playing them smarter. What they're doing is keeping the pressure on Mueller. They're questioning his integrity. They're challenging whether he had conflicts of interest. They're questioning whether he should have gotten a warrant. And they're hoping that since they're putting pressure on him and he has such concern about his reputation, that he may lean over backwards in a close case to support the Trump side. And the other side are playing the refs. They're just saying, if we push hard enough and say he's going to fire him, he's going to fire him, he's going to fire him, maybe we'll goad him into firing him. But right now, the Trump side is coming off better because I think they have Mueller where they want him. And the last thing Trump should do, and I think would do, is fire Mueller at this point.
No. The firing Comey wasn't the best choice. Obviously, the last thing you want to do is that.
Wasn't a smart
Judge,
move.
I want to go to you.
Move.
Yeah.